Hey, book babes, I'm Aubrey,
And I'm Peyton.
and today we are going to be tier ranking 50 plus YA fantasy books.
Yes, so join the cup of coffee as we dive between these paper sheets.
All right.
Let's do it. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this week's podcast. Again, we've been loving these challenges this past month. We've been having so much fun with them. So we are pulling in some pop culture and doing a tier list ranking of all YA fantasy-esque books that we could think of. So as Aubrey said, we have 50 plus books to go over today. So let's go over the categories we have. Our SSS tier, you cannot be any better, is Be Right Back, permanently tattooing this onto my body. Which, if you've read books and you're like, I need to get a tattoo, that's where this book lives.
Yes.
I would say A tier is certified hardcover approved. B is, was it good? No. Did I have a great time? Yes. C is someone else's, yum for sure. And then the next one is Girl Give Us Nothing. And then the last tier is literally Don't Remember Anything, which can relate.
Yes.
All right. So we have a lot of books to get through. This is definitely the type of video I like watching while I'm eating or just hanging out. So I hope that we are with you on the couch or while you're eating a burger or something. I don't know. But yeah, so Aubrey literally slayed and created this list for us. And I'm so excited to go through them. So without further ado, let's get into it.
All right, y'all. So jumping into it, we have the A Court of Thorns and Roses series. This is definitely a series we're going to need to break up, Peyton. I think there's later ones where we're like, oh yeah, this whole series can go in this section. But one of these books stands out a little bit more than others.
Yes. It's been my favorite book for years, so it's hard not to say that A Court of Mist and Fury belongs S tier. Aubrey's not the biggest Reese fan, but I am. So
yes.
We are
respect is given. Respect.
Yeah. It's the best out of the three.
Yes.
Literally fight me on that. I'm ready. So
okay. I think personally for me, A Court of Thorns and Roses, the first book, is more of the orange yellow section. But we do talk about it on the podcast all the time. We have a whole ACOTAR playlist, I think, or a Sarah J. Maas playlist.
I do think it's certified. I do.
Yeah, so she is approved.
That's an A tier book for this channel, and I think A Court of Wings and Ruin is as well. We're too into the space not to put those up there. I just think they do deserve to be up there.
Yeah.
When you compare it to all the books you've read or not. We talk about them a lot, so
yes, they're going there.
They're good.
Next,
yes,
we have the Throne of Glass series. Now, if you are a Sarah J. Maas fan, Silver Flames and Crescent City are not on this list because we are sticking to YA. Whether you like these books as YA or not, they are shelved and categorized as YA. So we have the whole Throne of Glass series, which is so big and long. It's 8 books.
Yeah.
We cannot put them all in hardcover approved because they're not.
No.
They're not.
No, we can rattle through them, and then you can maybe cover the half that I haven't read. Maybe we should split in half. I'll do the first 4, and you do the last 4?
I agree.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so Throne of Glass, I believe, as I'm creeping up to my screen, I think it should go in. Oh no. I wish Go Girl Give Us Nothing was up here a little more because that seems really bad, but was it a good time? No, let's do someone else's yum. No, okay, let's put it up. Was it good? No, it's down there. I have to make some hard decisions. Someone else's yum for sure. It is.
Yeah,
it's not that great.
Yum for sure.
Yeah, I know. I feel bad doing it, but the books get better. This is what this is all about.
Yeah, they get significantly better.
Crown of Midnight, I'm going to put up to was it good? No. Did I have a good time? Yes.
Okay.
Is the next one Assassin's Blade? Yeah. Go Girl Give Us Nothing.
I know that there are Assassin Blade stands out there, but we are
I'm
not one of them.
sorry.
I
Air
think.
of Fire, though.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
certified, approved.
Yes. Yeah, that's when the series starts getting good.
You literally build your way up. Like, if you read in, like, storyline order,
yeah,
you only go up. So, next we have Queen of Shadows.
Okay,
which
that
we've talked about a
is
lot recently.
BRB, permanently tattooing on my body. Guys, Peyton has not gotten to these yet, but I'm obsessed. I think that Queen of Shadows makes the entire series worth it. I would reread the entire series just for Queen of Shadows again. I read it so quickly. It's so good. Amazing. Okay.
Queen of Shadows up there.
So this is where it gets hard for me because the next two are Empire Storms and Tower of Dawn.
The tandem read.
The tandem read. And I think the tandem read ruined my enjoyment of Empire of Storms because they are just I think it's a good thing to experience the tandem read, and we'll probably talk about it more once Peyton gets through these and we review the later half of the series. But Empire Storms and Tower of Dawn are paced dramatically different. Like the stories they are trying to tell, while they take place at the same time during the world, which is why people will do a tandem read where they read a few chapters of one, then a few chapters of the other. They are not the same story. They are not trying to tell the same story. And so it felt so slow going into Tower of Dawn each time that it slowed down my enjoyment of Empire Storms. Because I think I would have taken Empire Storms as like Queen of Shadows level of success. But it wasn't. But I am going to put it at certified hardcover approved because I think that I would have enjoyed it more later. Like I think it's still a good book. Oop. Tower of Dawn. Y'all are gonna hate me, but that's a Go Girl Give Us Nothing.
Really? Even though they're a tandem read, that's so interesting to think about.
Guys, I don't like the main character of this book, and everyone's like, yeah, but the love interest. No, the love interest is better than him. She didn't have to deserve that.
All right, well, we'll find out.
Okay. Finally, we have Kingdom of Ash, and I'm going to categorize, I'm taking one for the team here, and categorizing that as someone else's yum for sure.
Okay.
Listen, don't get me wrong. So much happens in this book. Some of the best lines of the series, some of the best like character arc is in this book, and I know people love it. But we are a gossip podcast first and foremost. Okay.
First and foremost.
We are not here for big epic battles, and this whole book is a war. And like I could not spend any more time and brain power processing this many soldiers are here, and this many soldiers are here, and these people died here. That's not my cup of tea. I don't think, Peyton, I mean, do you really like that shit?
It's rough, because, like, I can do war, because war reminds me a lot of science fiction, but the way that it's kind of boring, but I need some, like, I don't want to use the word tension because that's not what I mean. We know I love attention. I need like something else, more like character based and like all like the plot of the. You know what I mean?
Well, and sometimes I agree because some of the later war scenes in this, you'll really be narrowed in on one person's thoughts and experience and epic part. And I think on that smaller scale of like, yes, there's a whole war going on, but we're focusing in on this one person fighting and who they're fighting against and what their experience is. I enjoy reading about. But the first half of this book is armies poured, we fought, it was hard, a lot of people died, and then we rested at camp before we fought again.
And
I think that's just Sarah not like I just don't think that wars are part of her repertoire for like writing, and that's fine, but all right.
We're out. Yes.
We have the Cruel Prince series, which is my favorite. Okay. Peyton, where do you think these should go? Because I think I am just so obsessed with the world and the characters and the writing that I would put them all at the top. I want a Cruel Prince tattoo so bad, like for real, IRL. I want a Cruel Prince tattoo.
Then let's put it up there. So Cruel Prince wait, is
Okay,
that when you're out of all three, is that one your favorite?
No. I
wanted to split it up.
I know you didn't really like that one as much.
I'm trying to think what my favorite, maybe Wicked King was my favorite. I forget. I trust you.
I think the first half of Wicked King and the second half of Queen of Nothing would be my favorites. I think we can put
why don't you just put the whole series together at the top then? Since they all kind of like bleed and we can just kind of group them at the top.
Okay.
That's a win.
It's a win. They're just so good.
If someone's saying it's their favorite series ever, you can't deny that. I think maybe, I don't know, he's been having bad takes lately and I like his videos, but it's been rough. And do you know who I'm gonna say?
Yes, because
Jack
he's been nice for me.
Jack Edwards, he has been shitting on the Cruel Prince, and he's like, Fourth Wing wasn't that bad, but then he wrote Iron Flame, and like I get it, and like he hated Crescent City, I get it, but like he's a lit fic girly, and I just think lit fic girlies should stay in their lit fic spaces, because I don't judge your lit fic books, because I just don't. I'll read them, but I'm not gonna be like, I'm not gonna shit on them because I know what I like.
Yeah, honestly, I can't watch another one of his videos because he hated on my favorite book series, and then God, I don't even remember what it was because I had to like forget it. I had to purposely forget it.
Sucks.
But I think it was in one of his like reorganizing his bookshelf videos. Like it was like such a tame thing, but like the atrocity that he committed in my personal mind, I don't know if it was like he said he didn't like a book series right, or he didn't shelve the books the way I wanted him to. Or honestly, it just might be that he hasn't read like 60% of his books. I was like, I know this guy is great, but I'm not watching his content anymore.
I know. I love him. Like, he's definitely a girly for sure. It just is like rough to see someone you like look up to in the book space like totally like break your heart. But
well,
like at least he's fair. At least he's authentically himself.
Yeah, like I mean, we all don't have to love everything.
Yeah.
But also I need to protect my peace.
Yes, 100%. All right, next we have which it's been some time since I've read these.
Me too, but
the Infernal Devices, which is like the Clockwork series of Cassandra Clare's. It's the prequels to all the Mortal Instruments.
Yes. Okay, let's look first at the Infernal Devices.
Yes,
the first initial trilogy. I think they are definitely, I don't know if they're classified as prequels because there's so many different series.
To me, they are. I've only ever read these. Okay, but they are the start of.
Yeah, they take place in the late 1800s, like 1880, I think. So they're like period pieces. I love them. I don't think, maybe the last book I would put up at the top, but otherwise
I loved these books. These definitely for me would be hardcover approved.
Yeah, I agree.
I personally I wouldn't get a tattoo of them. I don't think.
Yeah.
So. But I think all the books I've read of hers, oh my gosh, they're so good. You guys have to read them if you have.
They're amazing. I love Cassandra Clare's love triangles because they're always unique and different.
Genuine.
And they're so genuine. Like it is never
like horny.
Like a Twilight situation. It's never just horny. These are so beautifully written. We're about to get to City of Bones, and that is not. But that was her first book. You gotta like give a little grace, I think.
So City of Bones for me is trash. I do not like that book. It took me 12 years to read. I literally got it when I was 12.
Okay.
I don't know. You gotta take the reins on these girls because
I think
I do think we should separate them a bit because there's 6 of them.
Yes, I agree. I think the first 3 can go into Go Girl, Give Us Nothing.
Okay.
I really do love these books, and in middle school, these books were everything to me. And I would never have said they would be. Like, I thought about getting the fucking rune tattoo, okay? Guys, like, I wanted to be a shadow hunter. I made my Baba get me a leather jacket for Christmas because I wanted to be a shadow hunter. But looking back and having the infernal devices now and everything, I think they served their place.
I don't give a shit about Clary. I don't give a shit.
Okay,
but you got Tess?
Okay.
The next one, so.
City of Heavenly Fire, I want to put up at certified hardcover proof. I know you haven't read it yet, Peyton.
No, I trust you. I do. I trust you.
I just remember cracking up that entire book. I have underlined so many things. The later half of this series is when we get Team Evil. We get to see more of Magnus. I am obsessed with this later half. I think the other 2 probably belong in Was It Good? No. Did I have a good time? Yes. Like Fallen Angel and Lost Souls, especially because I think it's in Lost Souls that Team Evil occurs. And I saw a girl make a TikTok the other day, and I'm sorry for all of you who don't know it, but she was like, that was grossed me out as a kid, Team Evil. And I was like, I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I was obsessed. But, you know, it's fine. Okay. Twilight.
The first book, I'm sorry. Like,
what do you say?
Actually, this whole series should go under Was It Good? No, but did I have a great time? Yes.
No, I entirely agree. I wanted to say Twilight was the first book that I read on a Kindle. And so I didn't know how long it was. And I read the entire thing in one day. Like, it's a YA book, so they're not
Twilight belongs in this category.
Yes. It was actually made for Twilight. Okay. Six of Crows. You read this one, didn't you?
Nope, I haven't read any of them.
Oh, for some reason I thought you read Six of Crows, but not Shadow and Bone.
No, my cousin did though, and he said it was like his favorite book for some time. The sun, every time we record at this time of day, it's like
it's shine. So because I am the one operating this tier list, Peyton's also doing a version of it. And we're looking down at devices. I can't actually see her.
Well, just know I'm getting blasted by the sun now. Like, you in post, you're gonna be like, that poor girl's eyes. I should put on
my gosh.
It's fine, guys. I'm just gonna like duck a little and it'll go away maybe.
You could scoot over.
I could. But
I can move the thing. Okay. Six of Crows are character-based stories. I think they should belong in certified hardcover approved. I would definitely recommend these books to people.
Which ones?
Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom.
Okay.
I was not as obsessed with them as I know some people are, but I did have my Six of Crows era. Okay. I read them when I first joined Book Talk, and I was like, oh my god, these characters.
My cousin said it's basically like a heist. Like the book is like a heist.
So the first book, I don't know if you'd love it because there's 6 main characters.
Yeah, no.
Like an ensemble cast.
I don't know about that.
It's very character based. Like the plot of the first book is a heist, and the heist does not occur until the last 10 chapters of the book. Great. And the rest of the book, half of it's backstory and it's very well written and it's very entertaining, but don't go in it for plot, go in it for
the characters.
Getting to know these very intense trauma little teenagers.
That's amazing. All right, Shadow and Bone.
Flip side, yes, we have Shadow and Bone. Did you see the TV show?
I did not, but I know it got canceled, so now I feel like I shouldn't even watch it because it's gonna be a disappointment.
Yeah, though they did also put the Six of Crows characters in the TV show, which I think they should have just made a Six of Crows show. They didn't need to do Shadow and Bone. Shadow and Bone's another one where it's a very early on book series for Leigh Bardugo, and it follows a lot of like the main character has light powers and one of the bad guys has dark powers and that kind of thing. But there are a lot of, I think, like good things in it. But I'm going to break this one up a little bit because Shadow and Bone, the first one.
Yes. Hello, people are going to move a little. We're moving a little.
Okay, the first one I'm going to put Someone Else's Yum for sure because I think there's a time and a place, especially like the younger YA section. I think that you could really latch onto that. Cool story. Siege and Storm. I wish I couldn't remember a thing. I wish that I didn't remember this book, because it's so. She was not prepared to write a second book, and I get it. But this was like one of the worst books I've read in my life. Like thinking back on it.
Go Girl, Give Us Nothing?
Go Girl, Give Us Nothing.
Okay.
And then Ruin and Rising, honestly. Can't remember a thing. Like, besides how it ends, which infuriates me, it has my least favorite trope ever at the end. People defend it, and I disagree. There's so much of this plot that I just don't remember. Honestly, I'm going to move Siege and Storm, because I remember it, but it needs to be bottom tier.
Okay.
Okay. Next is Realmbreaker. I feel like So, Peyton was not a fantasy girly as much as I was.
No.
Especially when we were younger. So I feel like I've read a lot more of these.
No, I was just obsessed with Divergent and just reread that series until I was tired.
If sci-fi was on this list, Divergent would be up at tattooing.
Tattooing. And I read Outlander. I read lots of Outlander. Yeah, no. And romance. I read a lot of romance growing up.
Okay,
John Green. Oh my god, my John Green era. Don't even get me started.
I'm going to put both of these up at hardcover approved. I would definitely recommend them. It's like Guardians of the Galaxy meets Lord of the Rings inspired. I think they're a little, like, they're not romantic-y. They're not super, like, crazy fast-paced, but the tension and the world building is really good.
Talks about that, though, how, like, her books really aren't about the romance. It's about...
Yeah. Like, there's definitely romance. Don't get me wrong. Like, you will be shipping characters. The Realmbreaker, actually, one of the main characters has like a little villain romance going on, and it's like it's like butterfly slow burn. But I think just the pacing in general, it's fast, but like it's like we have a story to tell. Okay,
I love that. She's amazing. I love Victoria.
I love her.
I've yet to read one of her books, but I love her.
Okay. Red Queen is also a Victoria Aveyard series. Most people have read this. They popped off so much, especially like early book talk. And then obviously when it initially came out, it was a huge bestseller. If you've read Powerless, this is what Powerless is based off of.
We'll get there.
Okay. The first one I'm going to put in certified hardcover approved.
Okay.
Then I think... Glass Sword. She admits to it. She didn't know how to write a second book. I think second book syndrome is a real thing. Okay.
Sometimes they're my favorite though.
I think it depends on the series. And A Court of Thorns and Roses is a outlier because although it's a second book, there's enough about it that like changes the story that it almost functions as an entirely new first book, in my opinion.
It's almost like a prequel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Origin story.
I'm gonna put these two at Someone Else's Yum for sure because I know people are obsessed with the whole series. But again, once a war happens, I kind of tune out. And that's a me problem, but I'm the one controlling this list and part of these.
I'm in charge. And there's one more.
I threw them both. I threw King's Cage and Warstorm up to Someone Else's Yum for sure.
Okay, Glass Sword, King's Cage, and Warstorm are all in.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna move King's Cage up one.
Okay,
because there's a really cool scene with one of the characters in there.
You're like, hey, don't get me wrong. There's a reason why Crown of Midnight's out there. So
yeah.
There's
Okay. Divine Rivals. What are you thinking?
So Divine Rivals for me is someone else's yum for sure.
Yeah.
But I feel like I shouldn't do that.
Honestly, though, okay.
Ruthless Vows, I'll say, was it a good time? Was it good? No. Did I have a great time? Yes. I will say that.
I think that I
just
should have
couldn't stand it.
switched. I think someone else's yum for sure should have been orange. And was it good? No. Did I have a good time? Yes. Should have been yellow.
Yeah. But that's okay. But at least we're verbalizing it, everyone.
Yeah.
I think we're changing the whole list, guys. Do not worry.
My issue is Divine Rivals is written so beautifully.
That's why
heartwarming story.
That's why I think so. Like, can we all like if we made it to this point in the video, when I put it at someone else's yum for sure, I'm not saying it was poorly written. This is a beautiful book. Like, she did such a good job writing it. It just wasn't for me. So I think it should go there.
I think we just went into it expecting fantasy because it's a fantasy book, but it just gave historical romance so hard, especially in the first book, that it like those expectations were just a little skewed. I think this is more for the lit girlies. I think it's more for
I feel like
Ruthless Vows.
We could read this in our book club, and I think a lot of women would love it. Ruthless Vows. Let's put it up 1 or 2. I don't even care if we put it in certified approved.
We'll put it in certified.
Because it was good. I enjoyed it. I liked it more. So yeah, I felt like the POV was warranted in this book. So
okay.
So guess what's next? We have Powerless. Powerless? Yo. I really am excited about this one.
Where do you want it?
Well, okay, so if was it good? No. Did I have a great time? Yes. Was like down lower? 100%.
Yeah.
This book was a treat to read.
It was. It was very fast paced.
But because it literally it felt like I feel so bad saying this. It's like the TikTok that's like, I don't want the author to see my opinion on their book. But it did feel like an art project. I feel so bad saying that. So I feel like it should be Go Girl, Give Us Nothing because it is a copy of a lot of things. Though, with that being said, we're still talking about it, right? She's doing well.
Yeah.
I will be reading the next one because I'm hoping she takes the series somewhere completely different.
I think, was it good? No. Did I have a good time? Yes. Describes it. I think someone else's yum for sure describes it because people are obsessed with it. But I also think, most importantly, Go Girl, Give Us Nothing describes it because there was like no originality in this book. But I say that and everyone hates me. I'm very excited for book 2. I said it in our review. I'm so excited for book 2 because I think that she has a really good like style of like keeping you hooked and like you eat it up. There was a little, and I think the issue with the first book is I didn't feel like she did enough groundwork because she was trying so hard to put in all the things she loved from Red Queen and Hunger Games into it that she missed making it her own. But the way it ended, she is forced to make the next book her own. She cannot play on Hunger Games anymore. She cannot really play on Red Queen. I mean, she could a little bit, and I'm a little worried about that. But I think mostly the next book is going to be so original, and I'm gonna love it.
Let's make this ACOTAR. Like, let's make this where, like, okay, I know where the story's going, and at the end, you're like, shit, and you're like, oh my god. So, like, I'm really excited. The last scene of Powerless is, I'm not gonna say it's one of my favorites, but it's up there close to one of my, like, it's a scene I think about a lot.
Okay, I have to say this now because, Peyton,
is this in Red Queen?
No. You said this on the book review too, and I thought I was just stupid, and so I didn't say anything, and I just went along with it because I was like, oh, she's right.
What happened?
The last scene you're talking about is the first chapter of the next book. It's like a look ahead. It's not actually, like, you're talking about the fireplace?
Yes.
Yeah. Because I didn't read that. Like, when we did our book review on this, I had
God
absolutely
bless.
no idea what you were talking about, and I just, like, nodded my head along like a fool. But on the
Girl,
Kindle, it really doesn't let you know very well
no,
that
the
you're in, like,
Kindle
a
just aren't real.
preview.
Well,
Yeah.
guys, read the bonus chapter, and I love how I'm like, I don't care about this book, but the last chapter, and it's not even in the book. Are you kidding me? So
No.
Reckless, I think it's called Reckless, is probably going to be like the best book I ever read. Then
Comes out this summer.
the first chapter was okay. Well, the last chapter I thought, but the first chapter, guys. Oh shit, that was good. All right, I'm so
Okay.
happy we clarified that. Next, we are like throwing it back with this book. We're on Song of Achilles.
Song of Achilles. Guys, this was one of the original. I think this is the first book that we reviewed on Hardcover Podcast.
Yeah, but it's.
I wouldn't recommend watching it.
It's someone else.
Someone else is young for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Song of Achilles. Oh, this is such a hot topic, and I feel like this hot topic should live in the past, where that book review is.
Yeah. We didn't connect the way other people have, and that's fine. That's
beautiful. Fine. I thought I was gonna be sobbing my eyes out. I was not.
No.
Love the love story,
but I think you also
prose.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It's someone else's yum for sure.
But Cersei, y'all, I just read Cersei a few months ago.
And I just got
obsessed. I'm like constantly thinking about it. I think it's much more of like a woman's internal battle story, where Song of Achilles was very much like this relationship and kind of like trying to like humanize the hero that like, I don't know. They're very different stories, and I really was obsessed with this. Okay, I've got to move it up. I'm tattooing this on my body.
Oh my gosh.
5 out of 5.
And you read that so quickly.
I did. I just
consumed it.
I really emphasized with her. Okay.
This list is looking sexy.
It looks so good. Okay, did you read the Vampire Academy books?
I haven't read any of the rest of these books, actually. I literally don't remember anything, and I do not want to read any of these, I don't think.
Did you watch Vampire Academy?
No. No. If you put PLL on here, I'd be like, yes, I read the Pretty Little Liars book.
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
What's the T on the Vampire Academy?
So, Vampire Academies, I actually watched the movie first. I was so obsessed. I was like middle school maybe, that I spent all of my money at the time, like $40, to buy the books immediately. I needed these books. There's like an age gap romance, which is a little weird considering it's like high schoolers, and she's like a high schooler, and then it's her like immortal like daddy trainer, but it's hot as hell.
It is. Pretty Little Liars had that too, and I was like, yeah you screw your teacher. That's okay. It's like not okay.
So Vampire Academy, the first one, I'm gonna be honest. I want to put it at certified. No, I don't think it belongs there. I think it needs to go at was it good? No, did I have a good time? Yes, because I literally could not tell you. The vibes of it were 10 out of 10.
Okay. So literally don't remember anything, Aubrey? Huh?
But I think like the rest of these gotta go down to can't remember a thing. Like I know generally what happens. I do think if y'all have read this series and are reading Fourth Wing, something that happened in this series is happening in Fourth Wing, which really excites me and got me thinking about this series again. So like not even in a bad way. I can't remember a thing. Okay, His Fair Assassins. I really thought you might have read this, Peyton, because it's a historical fiction with like a dash of fantasy.
Grave Mercy. No, I've not read these people.
Okay,
sorry. I'm so sorry. What? So where are you gonna put them?
Yes. All right. They are all in the same world, but each book follows a different main character and like her little love story.
Ooh.
As like an overarching plot happens. And they're like, it's like very historical fiction. She based it off of some like real life country and politics and stuff like that, but I don't remember. I think it might have been French, but I could totally be wrong because it's been a hot minute. I do remember, okay, Grave Mercy. I'm going to put in.
Oh,
honestly, I can't remember a thing. I remember it ish,
Oh my god.
but like that's not the one that I was as obsessed with. Mortal Heart and Dark
Very
Triumph.
good.
I'm gonna put up. Was it good? No. Did I have a good time? Yes. Because here's the thing. I think if there was a category between that, I would. I don't know if I could recommend to read these books though, just because it's been so long. But I do remember that in Dark Triumph, the lead is almost like a Cassian, except he's like ugly, and they talk about how ugly he is. But he's just such like an amazing guy.
And you're like, stop. Like,
And so,
quasi-moting.
so she gets with this guy that they call like the Beast because he's so ugly, and I think it's really cool. And the last one has like a real, like the first one, it's like, oh, I'm gonna marry like the Duke or something. The next one's like, I'm gonna marry this ugly general, and then the last one's like, I'm gonna fuck God. So I think the
Okay.
series like does a great escalation.
So where did you put Grave Mercy again?
I put that at can't remember a thing.
Okay.
Because as I think about it, I can remember a little bit more, but it didn't make a lasting impression. But I don't think it was Go Girl Give Us Nothing.
I've never heard you talk about these books, so
I know. I do own them.
that's crazy to me. No, I've never heard you talk about them. So yeah, these definitely have to. So the Mortal Heart, was that better than Dark Triumph?
Yeah. No.
The same?
I think for me, I like Dark Triumph the most. I think I like the ugly guy the best.
Oh shit.
But it was really just about like the romance. Like I like the plot. I think the plot of the last one's probably better. But who cares? Okay, the final thing in here, which I love this series so much. I do not know. Ink Death is can't remember a thing. I literally could not tell you what happens in this book. But Ink Spell and Ink Heart have my heart. These were my first like favorite books. I think I read them even before Percy Jackson, which the reading levels on those are wild. But the main character, her and her dad have this magic power where they can, what they read in a book, something will come out of the book and come into real life,
like Jumanji.
and something will go in.
Oh.
And it's so cool. It's so cool because they're like, I don't know when it's set, but it's set like a little bit like older because the dad's job is like a bookbinder, and it's in like Europe.
Yeah, I could see like a nice like 40s or like a
50s
spin on it.
Have you seen the movie?
No.
Oh, okay. So there is a movie of the first one, and then like the girl, she grows up with her dad, and her mom's like dead. Or so she thinks.
They're always.
I might be spoiling the first book, but this came out so long ago, guys.
Was not
and
gonna.
Then these storybook characters from like her favorite book show up to the door and start asking her dad for favors because like the villain of the storybook character has like taken over like a nearby like village, and like it's just so whimsical and fun.
That is fun. I want to buy these for my kids one day.
You should.
I see they're published by Scholastic.
I think
they're red at the bottom.
They're like, yeah, I think so. Yeah,
That's
I see the red. I'm looking at the books in real life. I don't remember what the reading level is because I think there are like thicker boys. Like I think you'd have to read this in like
middle school.
Yeah, I mean I think I read it in 2nd grade, but I was just on crack as a child.
She's like, I'm not like the other girls.
I'm not like the other girls. I actually truly did pick this book up because I was such a book nerd, and all I wanted to do, I knew I had a higher level reading. I just picked the books that were the thickest. Like that's how I read.
Neva was. Neva used to do that too. My best friend from back home, like she would be like, I'm reading the thickest book. I'm like, girl, just read Magic Tree House. It's a good fucking time.
Yes. Okay, but I did read. So my dad was super into reading, and so we were at the library like every week. And so I read like all of the Magic Tree House books, and then when I finally was like, I think I'm gonna go over to the adult section. It was YA, but I thought it was the adult the way my library was laid out. And so I go over to the adult section, and I'm just like picking the thickest books, and it was Inkheart and like the Grave Mercy because it was a different binding, and I just thought I was so cool. And then in middle school, I tried to read Gone with the Wind because it was my sister's favorite book. And that's
Didn't
where
work
I
out.
quit reading.
Didn't work out.
I read The Longest Ride by Nicholas Sparks and then Gone with the Wind. I got through 90% of Gone with the Wind, and
Girl,
no middle schooler should be reading a classic like that.
It's time to finish it.
It's time to go back.
Petition to make Aubrey finish Gone with the Wind. I think it's time.
Yeah.
I think it's time.
That middle school year, I read 8th grade. I read Gone with the Wind as a personal book, and Dr. Heckled and Mr. Hyde as like the book club book. And I don't know why I was reading 2 classics, because I was a fantasy girl, and I did not pick up a book again, like truly until after high school.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because of all the all the forced reading.
Yeah.
In high school. Yeah, that was the same way. I read a lot in middle school, and it wasn't until senior year, my AP Lit teacher, she knows who she is. She watches the podcast sometimes. He introduced me to Where the Crawdads Sing. And
yeah,
we all know how I feel about that book. I'm obsessed. So with that being said, nice tangent. Where did we put the last 2?
Oh,
Inkheart.
Sorry, I moved on. I was dead. Okay, I put Inkheart at the very top. Tattoo. I would love an Inkheart tattoo. I don't think it was like that popular of a thing that I don't know like where I'd find inspiration for it.
Yeah.
And then Inkspell I put as a certified hardcover because I really would recommend these stories. Like even I would recommend it to you like right now to read. Maybe when we have less of a hardcover TBR list.
That's so sweet. Yay.
But
I'm looking at the whole list, and it's like, I feel like it's well balanced.
I do too.
I feel happy. I was scared they're all going to be certified at like the hardcover.
Yeah, we were just going to love them all.
Cute. Awesome. Well, this is the list. I like that we are not tattooing too much on our bodies.
Yes.
All in all, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 series really. So yeah, that's exciting. Of course, there are so many other books we could talk about, but yes. I think it was great to kind of single it down to the YA. Mm-hmm. But that is all we have today. If you like these challenges, let us know. We have so much fun doing them. It's been the technology's not the best, and as you can see, the sun is like, sorry to all you who have to see me be blinded all day. But with that being said, yes, subscribe, comment, let us know what challenges you want to see in the future. We are reading our butts off right now trying to get more book reviews out. It's we have to read the book to review it. So
there's like slight little problem.
Yes, but yes, of course, let us know. Our comments are always open and our DMs.
Thank you all so much for joining us, and happy reading.